Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Myself Nikhil Agarwal presenting the last part of this case study named SNS Tech Computers Pvt Ltd. Hope you all have seen all the 5 previous parts of this case study and there is no problem in those parts of the case study. And with the same hope, today I am here with the 6th part of this case study in which we will cover the currency adjustment, Forex gain or loss adjustment entry. Another thing, the provision entries, and rest thing is with the depreciation, which is must in every financial year end. As we had started the earlier case study, other parts of the case study, we are starting this case study also. Let's go with this transaction. Stay with us and watch the complete video. As you all know that we in every month and every part also we had paid petty cash to the petty cashier for further expenses, and also we had booked all the expenses against petty expenses in each month. So we are starting from this entry. Petty cashier submitted the statement of expenses for the month of Feb month. All the expenses of Feb months we had received from petty cashier. The entry will be in voucher and we are taking it as 1.3 means 1st March. This is the payment voucher and we are changing we had changed our date. The first transaction is of salary. We are taking it as 18,000 rupees and it is bifurcated. First employee of ours is Rohan Rai and he is getting 3,500. Next employee is Dilip Chari getting 3,500. Next is Mr. Paresh Shinoy getting 3,000 rupees as salary. Next is Mr. Nitin Nagaraj getting 4,000 rupees. Next is Preeti Raj getting 3,000 rupees, and the last employee of this is Srinath getting 1,000 rupees each. Next expenses of this is electricity charges. Amount is 480 rupees. Again DR. Expenses conveyance expenses are 1,200 rupees. Next is rent. We are taking in a separate voucher with class, and in this expense is carriage outward. We are having carriage inward as a ledger, but we are not having any ledger like carriage outward, so we are pressing Alt C and making the ledger carriage outward as indirect expenses, and we are not taking any GST here, not applicable, undefined. We are accepting the ledger. The amount of carriage outward is 750 rupees. 4 heads we are here with the, and last head which is left with is rent. Taking location as cost center class, taking rent, amount is 15,000 rupees, and like all the parts of our this case study we are booking it as same, and we will also press page up to check whether it is bifurcated or not, and we are accepting it with Control A. Next transaction is in the previous part, in the transaction of Feb month, there was a Mohan Bhargav and Associates. We had make the payment to them and we had deducted the TDS. Now the next transaction is paid TDS deducted on Mohan Bhargav and Associates who check. The amount of TDS we had deducted, we are making payment of TDS. It is 5,000 rupees. And we are making payment through check. So after making this payment, I will show you the balance sheet, that whether it is being shown still in the balance sheet or not. Go to the balance sheet, come to the current liabilities, duties and taxes. There is no TDS because we had paid it already. That's why it is not being payable now. Now we are coming to our next transaction. This is sales made to Stylex Trading Corporation Hyderabad. Now we are making a sale to Stylex. Now we are pressing Alt C, making the ledger of Stylex Corporation, Stylex Trading Corporation under debtors, and he is from Hyderabad and state is Telangana, and there is no pin code. We are pressing all the information what we have, and we are accepting this window with this window also. And what we are doing here, we are selling computer i3 and computer i5, and we are here with particulars. We are changing the mode. Press Ctrl H and come to item invoice and see here there's another against accept these windows, and it is as interstate sales, and select the sales ledger from the list. It is interstate sales 18%, and come to the computer i3. These are from finished godown goods. Batch lot is batch 07, quantity we are selling is 8, rate are coming automatically. Next is computer i5, we are taking it from finished location. Batch lot is 8, quantity is 5, and rate are automatically coming. We are taking here IGST because he is from other state, IGST, and we are accepting the information of e-way whatever we have, and entering the invoice number, that is STC01, and we are accepting this without e-way information. Next is we are getting partial payment from Stylex Trading Corporation. Come to the receipt voucher and take the ledger of Stylex. Amount to come is 4,08,870, and but we are getting 1,60,360. It is a partial payment we are getting and taking it in SDFC Bank. Accepting the entry. Another entry we have with is raise credit note for one computer i3 by Stylex Trading Corporation. This is our another entry of Stylex, in which Stylex Corporation is raising a debit note, of which we have to punch a credit note with us. So we are coming in F10 and we are selecting credit note here, Alt F6, and we are taking Stylex as party, which is returning item 1. We are punching original invoice number here, STC-01, and taking the date as this, and we are taking all the information as it is. No price level, ledger account is interstate sales, and item is computer i3. Computer i3, it is coming in finished godown goods, batch number 07, and quantity we are getting back is 1 at the rate 25,500, and here the tax rate is IGST 18%, which will also get reverse. Now here we have to tell reason of issuing note, means what is the reason they are raising a debit note on us. So we have to show them the reason, sales return and buyer's debit note number. When the buyer was returning the good, he has raised the debit note, and there should be a number on which on the basis of which we will punching this credit note. So we have to write down the debit note here. We have not mentioned with any debit note, that's why we will keep it blank and press enter, accept it against this voucher, and this credit note is punched by us on the basis of the debit note raised by the party. Next, company is deciding to provide maintenance services to its customer for computers. So now what we are selling services also. So we are pressing Ctrl H, we are taking it in accounting invoice. Party we are giving services to Tax Services Limited. Press Alt C, prepare a ledger, Tax Services Limited. These are the debtors, and we will accept it, and we will accept this window also, with this window also. And the ledger, the service we are giving is maintenance services. Press Alt C and prepare a ledger of maintenance services, and these are our indirect incomes, and there is yes GST applicable. Press yes, and we are not taking nature of transaction also, because we can pay this maintenance service to our local customers also. We can provide this service to our outer state customers also, so we are not taking any class here. So what we are doing here, we are taking it as taxable, and we are putting a rate of 18% here, and it is a service, no TDS applicable. And maintenance services amount, the total invoice they are telling us it's 5,900, in which GST amount 18% is inclusive. So we can calculate it separately what we are doing here. So amount of invoice before tax is 5,000 rupees, and the tax we are levying is of CGST SGST. So take it as 450 and CGST 450. The total invoice amount should be 5,900 inclusive taxes. Okay, now here's the invoice number TSL and -01. This is our invoice number, and we are making invoice to them. Now in the next transaction we are receiving the sum of 5900 from the tax services limited. Press F6 and take the ledger tax services limited. Amount is 5900 rupees, and we are taking check from them. This is accepted. Next entry, again we are paying, we are making an invoice. We are providing maintenance services to our another party named Pvt Computers, or press Alt C. Okay, they are also our debtors, and accept this ledger, accept this window also, accept this window also, and take maintenance services as the ledger, and amount of maintenance is 10,000 rupees. As per the invoice, the value which we had given is 11,800 inclusive of taxes. After calculation we will get the maintenance services amount is 10,000 rupees, and the tax amount CGST will be 900 and SGST will be 900. The total invoice amount is 11,800 rupees, and we will put the invoice number WC-01. This is our another customer which had taken maintenance services from us, and they are also making instant payment to us. Messrs Pvt Computers, they are making payment of 11,800 rupees to us by SDFC check. Okay, next is Forex gain or loss. Now if you had seen our previous video in which we had make a sale of computers to Accrual Clothing Limited, which is the party of Singapore, and all the payment, all the dealings were done in dollars. So now what we have to do, if I show you the balance sheet, come to the balance sheet, and we are able to see here the unadjusted forex gain or loss, which should not be there in the final accounts in the balance sheet. For 7500 we have to write off from here, so there is a forex gain or loss adjustment entry in this. We have to come in F7, and what we have to do, we have to come to gateway of Tally and alter the general voucher, as we have to give here the general class. So what we are doing, we are giving a class name forex, and here is an option use class for forex gain or loss adjustments. I am saying here yes, and the ledger name which we have to adjust it with, we have to create it as forex gain or loss. Okay, I had already made this ledger, and I want to show you what I have done in this. So forex gain or loss, I have taken it in indirect incomes because this is an income I know already. That's why I have taken it as in indirect incomes. So this is the ledger what we have created, and we are accepting this journal after altering it. Now we are coming in voucher class, and we are taking again pressing F7, and we are taking here class of voucher forex, and there is no constant applicable, that's why we are not taking here. And what we have to adjust, we have to adjust forex gain or loss against which party, Accrual. So Accrual, against Accrual we had made this forex gain or loss adjustment entry. This is very important thing. Whenever you will be working in any export house, in any company in which there is exporting or importing, we have to need various entries like this, and we are accepting this. Now again I want to show you the balance sheet, and for what we have done this entry, there is no unadjusted forex gain or loss showing here, so means it is being done. Okay, now coming to the next transaction, we are having interest on 3 months paid on unsecured loans. As you all know, unsecured loans, Smith and brothers, we had taken a loan. Now we are paying 3 monthly interest. Now first we have to see the report what our Tally is showing us. Come to display, come to statements of account, interest calculation, interest payable, loans and liability, Smith brothers loan account, and the amount we are getting of loan is up to 1st March, but the amount of loan, the interest of loan, we are making payment of up till 31st of March. So now we are changing here the time period. Okay, we are making period here 31.3, and now the new interest amount is 1828.77. okay, we are making interest payment 1828.77. now we are coming back and come to vouchers. First of all, what we have to do, we have to make a journal entry, press F7 without class, and we have to book this interest on them. So what we have to do, we are adding this amount of interest in the loan amount. So we are creating a ledger here, okay, and ledger name is interest paid on unsecured loan, okay, and this is our indirect expenses, no GST, not applicable. Amount was 1828.77, okay, and to whom we are making this payment is Smith and Brothers, okay. This is the entry. Now what we are making payment of, payment we are making to Smith and Brothers loan account. The amount we had taken in we are paying is 1828.77, and this amount will be reduced from Smith and Brothers, and we are making payment through check, SDFC bank check we are making payment of, and we are accepting this voucher also. I hope you have understood to this entry. Next is expenses statement of branch also received. Branch, we had also transferred some amount to branch for their expenses. Now what we have received is the statement of expenses from branch. So we are coming here, maintenance expenses. First of all, prepare the ledgers, maintenance expenses, and put in bracket branch. These are indirect expenses, there is no GST, and the expenses of branch is 6,000 rupees. Another DR press, and here another expenses is of salaries to staff. Press Alt C, salaries, and in bracket write down branch. Indirect expenses, not applicable GST, and salaries we are making payment of is 18,000 rupees. Next is conveyance expense, press D, conveyance of branch. It is also indirect expenses, not applicable to GST, and conveyance expenses are 1500. Another expenses is telephone expenses branch, indirect expenses, say no to GST. Amount is 1800 rupees, and last expense is of electricity expenses branch. Press Alt C, electrical charges. Press branch, it is also indirect expenses, not applicable, and these expenses are 1200 rupees, and these we are making from branch account. Amount we had paid already, and all these expenses will be set off from branch account only. Okay, now we are noticing here, when we had made this ledger branch account, we had made it in branch and divisions. So there should be one cash or bank account in if we are doing this entry in payment voucher, but if the entry we are doing is okay, but we have to convert it into general voucher. So the same entry will be in general if we want to accept this entry in like this. So this entry is set off from that branch account, and if we see the branch and division, whatever the amount they have, it will be after all expenses being done. Now the next entry in which provision entries are coming, provision entries in which we are making provision, further provisions for next month. So what we have to do, we are making this entry in 31st of March, okay, and as on 31st of March, the expenses what we are making provision of is staff salaries. Now we are debiting all the expenses, like we are taking salaries 18,000 rupees, and Rohan Rai getting 3500, Dilip Chari getting 3500. Next is Paresh Shinoy getting 3000, Nitin Nagaraj getting 4000 rupees, Preeti Raj getting 3000 rupees, and last is Mr. Srinath getting 1000 rupees. Next expenses is electricity, Electricity charges. Electricity charges, we are taking provision of 575 rupees. Again we are press convenience expense, it's of 900. Again telephone expense 1850. We will take rent separately, and taking a ledger preliminary write-off. We have to also write off the preliminary expenses. We will create a ledger preliminary expenses write-off, and we are taking it in indirect expenses, not applicable. We are taking it, and preliminary expenses are 20,000 rupees. By 20%, 1 lakh rupees were the preliminary expense. We are writing off 20,000, means 20%. Now all these expenses will be adjusted with the salaries payable account, like electric charges payable account, conveyance expense payable account. So we will prepare some ledgers. Again, Alt C, salaries payable under provisions. This amount is 18,000 rupees. Next is electricity charges payable account, electricity charges payable under provisions. Electricity expenses is of 575. Next is conveyance expense. We are taking it in amount of 900 rupees. After conveyance, we will prepare a ledger Alt C, telephone expenses payable account under provisions. Okay, and this is the amount of 1850 rupees. And after this, preliminary expenses, as we had also only the ledger we had already have preliminary expenses, we are taking it as 20,000 rupees. And what one entry is left is of that rent, and we are making a ledger of first we will prepare a rent expense ledger. It is 15,000 rupees, and it is setting against a ledger, new ledger we will create, rent expenses payable account under provisions, and this will be a provisions entry. Now the next entry we have is of accrued interest, in which we are getting 6% bond. We are getting interest on our investment of 14 lakhs. We are invested in 6% bonds, and we are getting this interest for the month of March. And according to what our Tally is calculating, we will check out this. Let's go in display, and we are going in statements of accounts, interest calculation, interest receivable, investments, and this we are getting of 58 days from 2nd Feb, but the interest we are getting is for March month, and we will take average of 30 days here. So what we will do, we will take 2.3 up to 31.3. So this is the interest rate we are getting, means 7,000 rupees, and now we will enter it as receipt. We are getting this amount. We will prepare a ledger. We will make this entry in F7 journal voucher, and we will prepare a ledger of accrued interest, and it will be in our current assets. Amount is 7,000 rupees, and it is against interest on 6% bond. We will prepare its ledger also. Interest received on 6% bonds. It will be in indirect incomes, 7,000 rupees. This entry is also completed. Now we are moving forward to our new entry, in which we are booking depreciation on various fixed assets we had purchased. So what we have to do again, we have to create some ledgers of depreciation, or what you can do, you can create a single depreciation ledger also for all the expenses booking. So what we are doing, we are taking all the depreciation ledgers separately. First of all, we are taking assembling table, depreciation on assembling tables. So press Alt C. We are just using abbreviation DAP on assembling tables. It is our indirect expenses, not applicable. Amount they are charging is 2,500. Next is we are DAP on static electricity resistant gloves. Press Alt C. DAP on static electricity resistant gloves. So we had made the ledger of depreciation of static electricity resistant gloves, and depreciation amount is 12,000 rupees. Next ledger we are preparing is of voltage parameter testing meter. Tap on Alt C, tap on voltage parameter testing meter. This is also our indirect expense, but we have to make it not applicable and we have to accept this ledger. Amount of depreciation is 7,500 rupees. Again we will see take it as in debit. And next is furniture and fixtures. Press Alt C, tap on furniture and fixtures. This is also indirect expense, not applicable. Amount of depreciation in this is 3750. Again we will press DR. Next item is furniture and fixtures branch. Press Alt C. Depreciation on furniture and fixtures branch. Indirect expenses and not applicable. Accept it. And rate of depreciation is 1500 rupees. Again DR. Tap on electrical fittings. Press Alt C. Tap on electrical fittings. Not applicable. Okay. Tap on electrical fittings. It is 1000 rupees. Next DR. Next electrical fittings branch. Alt C. Tap on electrical fittings branch. Applicable की जगह पर take not applicable. Press accept. It is 500 rupees. Again DR. Computer admin. Tap on computer admin. Not applicable. Not applicable. Amount is 12,000 rupees. Again DR. Press Alt C. Depreciation on computer branch. Indirect expenses. Not applicable. Amount is 6600. Again DR. Tap on building. Indirect expenses. Not applicable. Accept. Amount is 12,500. Next DR. Alt C. Depreciation on cell phone. It's of branch. Okay. All the such ledgers of depreciation of various assets we had made, and we will first of all write down the amount of this. Now what we have to do, we have to take all ledgers, associated ledgers of fixed assets. Now we are taking assembling tables with the amount 2500. We are now taking static electricity resistant gloves amounting 12,000 rupees. Next we are taking voltage parameter testing is 7,500. Next is furniture and fixture 3750. Next is furniture and fixture of branch. It is 1500. Again next is electrical fittings 1000 rupees. Again electrical fittings branch, it is 500 rupees. Next is computer admin 12,000 rupees. Next is computer branch, it is 6600 rupees. Next is building 12,500, and last is cell phone branch 375 rupees. So this entry we had finished, and we will show its effect in profits and loss account, where we will see all the depreciation ledgers: depreciation on assembling table, depreciation on buildings, on cell phone, computer, both electrical fittings, whatever the things associated with branch, these are named as branch in the bracket, and we have bifurcated already in balance sheet also and in profits and loss also. Okay, now we are about to move our last transaction of this case study of this part also. Board of directors decided to transfer the remaining profit to general reserve, that is reserves and surplus. Means obviously it's a normal practice. Whatever the profit we are earning, we have to transfer this profit into general reserve, and now we are making a ledger of general reserve. Okay, and it will be under reserves and surplus, and we are accepting this ledger. Now we are coming to the voucher, in which voucher we will make this entry. We will go to F7 journal voucher, and here the entry will be against profits and loss account. The ledger we already have profit and loss account, in which we have to first of all see what our profit is. It is 10,55634.94. we will take it as it is, that is shown in the profits and loss ledger also. 10,55,634.94. okay, and this profit is we are transferring to general reserves, means in balance sheet. Now check out the balance sheet and press F1. Now here is the thing, capital account, it's reserves and surplus, means all the profit what we have transferred it in reserves and surplus. And now there is a time to show the reports to you, whatever the reports are get prepared in this. First of all, go to the balance sheet. Balance sheet is showing all the fixed assets, all the provisions, creditors and debtors, whatever are left, and the profit and loss transfer to general reserve, it is also shown here. Duties and taxes is showing here as our CGST, IGST, whatever we have to pay or whatever we have to take refund of, we have to file the return of this. And then we are going to profits and loss account. This is status is here, there is no bill to come, but there is a bill to make is of that Mahajan Educational Trust, which we had delivered the goods but without order, but maybe it is an educational trust and maybe we are delivering these goods as free of cost. Okay, so this will be made clear. Now next is we will see our Forex gain or loss. These are income. Discount received is income, interest received is income, interest received on 6% bonds is income, maintenance services is income, and all these expenses are also shown, including depreciation of various assets. Okay, now we are going to our stock summary. What we have still, we still have these raw materials, we still have batch number 07 finished godowns, i3 computers 10 and i5 computers 10 we still have in our finished godown. And this is the ratio analysis in which we are under profit, and cash in hand is 4490 and bank account is showing 551904. After this we will show you the statements of account, in which we will show you statistics also. In statistics we are able to see how many sampling journal, how many contra voucher, how many credit note we had punched, how many sales, how many purchases we have punched, sales order voucher, how many we have punched. So all these things we can see here, how many groups are being prepared, how many ledgers are being prepared, we can see these reports also. Here is the interest calculation, how much is interest receivable, how much is interest payable. After this we are going towards our outstandings. Receivable outstandings are these. How much amount we still have to receive is against Informatics India Private Limited we are receiving. Pending amount is this much. Softdesk Systems pending amount is this much, and Stylix Trading Corporation pending amount is this much. These are the receivables. Now payables are Easy Loan Systems and Ream Computers, to whom we had purchased the goods but we had not made the payments. Okay. After this we are going to our cost centers detail, in which cost center summary. Here it is, how much salary we had paid, how much rent we had paid, and location, according to the location how much rent is being paid. Okay, these details we can see here also. And now we are going to our statutory reports. Statutory report, there is a TDS report also and GST report also. First we will see the TDS report. Challan reconciliation, there is one entry in which what we had made the payment of. This is a challan, we had made the payment but still the entry is not reconciled. We can reconcile it by pressing Alt R. Right, TDS outstanding, no payment is due, and ledgers without PAN. Now here is the party from whom we had deducted TDS, but we had not furnished the PAN details and the other details of the party. So 20% flat rate was deducted as TDS. And after this we will show you the GST report, in which GSTR1 is showing not relevant in this return. This is because we had not furnished the e-bill detail, we had not furnished the GST numbers also. So that's why these details will be empty here. But now GSTR2, in which there is a credit note and debit note and B2B invoices, in which you can see to be reconciled with the GST portal, which is not yet credited in that. Okay, total ITC is available and the total purchases what we have to claim as ITC is 13,500 rupees tax. Now 3B, in this the taxable amount, the outward supplies taxable amount is 5,91,000 rupees. Eligible ITC is 13,500 and total tax amount is 1,06,380 rupees. We can see it in GSTR 3B. Now the e-way bill details. Export for e-way bill, there is nothing furnished here. No update information. What if we want to update any information, we can enter it here also. And after this e-way bill report, it is also empty because we have not entered any e-way bill number in any of the transaction. GST annual computation, this you have to check how much is your outward and inward suppliers and what is the input tax credit if you file return. Okay, net amount, tax amount is this, and the refundable amount is whatever you are able to see in your balance sheet, which is shown in your gateway of Tally. Okay, this is your duties and taxes. The refundable amount is 79,704, which we have to return monthly according to our laws. Okay, this is the provision which we have taken, in which all the details are being shown, which is a provision as per 31st of March. And this is the final report. Now what I am requesting you to all is this is our last part. There is nothing left in this case study. Now it's a humble request to you all that please perform all the parts of this case study, and to call and to ask for the case study PDF file, please mail us at ibflbharat@gmail.com, and please use any genuine email ID so that it will not be felt like it's a fake ID or it's not eligible to be sent. So please kindly first of all WhatsApp me, and if it is possible then I will send you the PDF file on your WhatsApp number, or at last you just send me your contact number. So it's just a request that please make this sure that you are understanding each and every transaction which is being performed in this part and the rest of the part which were uploaded earlier. I hope that you have enjoyed this case study, this full case study, SNS Tech Computers Pvt Ltd. Whatever the queries, whatever the issues you have, please convey us through the comment section, through our mail ID, or WhatsApp us the queries. We will try to solve all those queries of yours. And further I want to tell you that more videos, more case studies are about to come. Please join us, please subscribe our channel, and please like and share the videos so that more and more people can understand, can know how to work on Tally. And also other than Tally, we perform all the exercises of Excel also, various formulas of Excel also. We also discuss about operating systems. We also discuss about various softwares like MS Word, MS PowerPoint also. So we will try to complete all the things which is covered in information technology and various accounting softwares. We will try to cover all those. So hope you all liked this video, and we will come back soon with a new case study and with the new topics of Excel and Tally. So till then, goodbye, see you soon, bye bye.